Scary fables.
The doll that cries at night. I was never one to believe in curses, but that was before the doll came. It arrived in a box on my doorstep with no return address, wrapped in brittle yellow paper that smelled like mold and old perfume. I didn't remember ordering it, but curiosity got the better of me. Inside was a porcelain doll, its skin cracked like dry earth, blue glass eyes half-lidded, and a thin, painted smile that made my stomach twist. I should have thrown it away immediately. That first night, I put it on a shelf across the room, facing the wall so I wouldn't have to see its face while I slept. But around 2:13 a.m., I woke to a soft, wet whimper. I lay still, the sound seeping into the dark, like a child crying into a pillow. My first thought was that it was a cat outside, but the crying was coming from inside my room. I turned on my lamp. The doll had moved. It was no longer facing the wall, but turned toward me, its glass eyes glinting in the low light. The crying stopped as soon as I looked at it, and for a moment, I thought I saw its lips part, revealing tiny porcelain teeth. I told myself it was a nightmare. I put it in a box, sealed it with duct tape, and shoved it into the back of my closet. But the next night, I woke again to crying, louder, shriller, echoing around the room. The sound wasn't just crying now, it was pleading. "Mummy, cold, please." My blood turned to ice. I stayed frozen under the covers as the sound grew closer, the words turning into wet, rattling sobs. Then I heard the tape on the box tearing open inside the closet, slow and deliberate. "Rip, rip. Please, hold me." I squeezed my eyes shut. The crying stopped abruptly, replaced by the soft creak of the closet door opening. I didn't look, not until morning, when I found the doll sitting at the foot of my bed, its head tilted, tears, real tears, streaking down its porcelain cheeks, pooling on the blanket. I tried to get rid of it. I drove to a bridge and threw it into the river, watching it sink beneath the black water. I went home, shaking, relieved. But that night, at 2:13 a.m., I woke to crying again, right outside my door. When I opened it, the doll was there, soaking wet, mud dripping from its cracked body, leaving black stains on the floor as it crawled back to the shelf. The crying never stopped after that. Every night, it started at 2:13, and it never stayed in one place. Sometimes, I woke up with it inches from my face, its eyes wide, mouth open, a low sob leaking from between its teeth. Sometimes, I heard it in the walls, scratching and crying, whispering to me, "Mummy, don't leave me, please, I'm so cold." Once, I woke to it lying on my chest, its tiny hands around my throat, its cracked mouth brushing against my ear, whispering the word "mommy" over and over until I nearly passed out from fear. I found old newspaper clippings about a girl who died in this house decades ago, drowned in the bathtub. She was buried with her favorite doll, one that looked exactly like the one now crying in my room every night. They said her grave had been robbed years later, the coffin empty, except for water and the doll. Last night, the crying changed. It wasn't soft anymore, it was shrieking, a high-pitched, rage-filled scream that rattled the windows. When I opened my eyes, it was standing in the corner of my room, its body twitching, joints cracking, its blue eyes rolled back, showing only white. "Why did you leave me?" It rushed at me, cold hands grabbing my hair, pulling me out of bed, dragging me across the floor. I fought, screaming, but it was stronger than it should have been, its tiny hands like iron clamps on my wrists. It pulled me to the bathtub, the same bathtub where the little girl died, and turned the water on. Freezing water filled the tub as the doll climbed onto my chest, forcing me down, its glass eyes inches from mine. "Be my mummy." I don't know how I broke free, but I did, coughing up water, scrambling out of the bathroom, locking the door behind me. I could hear it on the other side, scratching at the wood, the crying turning back into soft sobs. Now it's quiet, too quiet. I know it's waiting, somewhere in the house, waiting for me to fall asleep so it can crawl back onto my chest and finish what it started. If you ever receive a doll you didn't ask for, burn it. Smash it and bury the pieces in separate graves. Don't let it into your house. Don't let it into your bed. Don't let it call you mommy. Because once it does, it will never let you leave. And it will never, ever stop crying.
Another scary fable told. Another night survived. For daily eerie stories and unsettling fables, like, subscribe and turn on your notifications so you'll be ready for tomorrow's tale.